Hello, powerful people. Welcome and thank you for visiting my channel where I share everything you need to know to design your life. Are you thinking of selling your home or property? If so, you are in the right place today. I want to share with you a list of 6 things you need to do to stage your home or property to sell. This will increase your chances of selling in less time, for more money, and with the least amount of inconvenience. There will always be links below a video for any items that I share, including my filming equipment in case you are curious or perhaps considering any of the items for yourself. Staging a property until it sucks is vital. How it works? There are a multitude of things to consider based on the specific property. In this video, we will cover the basics and the general steps you can take to ensure that your property sucks before you put it on the market. You have established that it is time to stage your property. Look at your property objectively. Pretend that you're seeing it for the very first time. Is it too sparse, too cluttered, a bit dusty? Is it looking a bit tired? Identify the issues, devise a plan to correct them. You can have an honest friend, or even better, a blunt friend, walk through your home as though they are the buyer and then give you feedback. Tell them not to hold anything back. We must establish to start with that staging is not decorating. Staging is not design. You need to know design in order to create the staging, but the staging is not design in and of itself. Keep in mind that you are staging your property to create an emotional connection between your property and the potential buyer. You do this by staging your home to represent the life that they too could live if only they purchased your home. It is easy for us to become possessive of our homes and the meaningful things that we have inside, but you have to remember when you decide to sell your home, you need to package it to appeal to the market, to appeal to the buyers in the market. Your home has now become a product, and it must be packaged as such. You have to put your likes and dislikes as far as design goes on pause and focus on presenting your home as the product that buyers will want. It can be daunting, it can be time-consuming, and it will be a lot of work. But when you sell and move on to the next chapter of your life, it is well worth the effort. In case you are new to my channel, my name is Clarice Smyth, and I am an interior designer and eXp realtor, and my passion is empowering you to design your life. I share the design and real estate inside information to help give you the knowledge to create great interiors so that you can create the life that you want to live, the life that you want to experience. Whether you are designing a temporary space, you're selling and moving on, or you are in your forever home. Since this is a staging video, let me mention that if you are in Alabama and considering selling your property, I would love to talk with you. And be sure and ask me about the free staging plan when you list. As we go through these steps, take notes of any questions or comments or suggestions that you may have, and be sure and leave them below in the comments, and let's get a conversation started. Step 1 is space planning. You're going to look at your space objectively. Measure each room and create a space plan for the furnishings. We will focus on accessories later. You're going to want enough furnishings in the space to create that emotional connection that we talked about before, but not so much that it causes the space to feel small or cluttered. If you are renting furnishings, these measurements are going to be very important when choosing the furnishings. And if you're repurposing what you have, you're going to simply remove items until you have the right amount left in the space. You may find it helpful to have a few tools on hand. You're going to need a measuring device, whether this is a manual tape measure, which is perfect for measuring doors and windows, or an electronic one, which you can use to measure the length and width of your room. You will also be able to find a combination of the two where it's a manual pull-out tape, but it has an electronic reader, because sometimes, depending on the tape that you get, it can be confusing when you're reading those measurements. It is also helpful to have grid paper because it gives you a place that you can draw your plan that is pre-measured. A calculator is handy, and especially if it's one that is geared toward construction or materials. Also, if you have a notebook or a binder where you can keep notes and samples and measurements, this is most important when you're trying to organize and carry out your plan. The second step, unclutter. You're going to want to unclutter the space by removing all unnecessary items and storing them away. Do not store them on your property. No matter where you store them on the property, they will not make a positive impression. If you keep the extra things in your home, it's going to make it look cluttered and overly personalized. If you store it in the garage or an outbuilding or in closets, it's going to send a loud message to the potential buyer that your property is too small and that there is not enough storage area. It is best to store unneeded items off-site, either in a storage unit or with friends or relatives. You can also rent a pod or U-Pack, which is a container, a storage container that you can have delivered to your property. You can load it at your leisure, and then they will store it at their facility and deliver it to your new destination when you're ready for it. Items that you may find helpful in this step would be storage boxes, soft-sided containers, or decorative containers to put items in if you need to keep them at home, but you would like to hide them away. Also, furniture sliders and straps are helpful in moving items, especially the heavier ones, with less strain to your back. Step 3, clean. Clean, 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 and clean some more. Keep your property in good order and clean. From the day you put your property on the market until you hand over the deed, keep your property clean and well maintained. It takes focused effort and remembering that this is short-term commitment for long-term benefits. It is common to become comfortable in our own messes and then find ourselves shrinking back when we are confronted with someone else's. Someone that cleans up their own pet's accidents on a daily basis may become suddenly offended by your not-so-clean litter box or the dribble of toothpaste you left in the sink. If you have a tub with jets, make sure they are mold-free. For this step, you may find it helpful to put together your cleaning supplies in a place that they're easy to grab for deep cleans and quick tidies. Reusable cleaning products not only save money in the long term, but they also ensure you're not going to run out when you need it most. If you have a Ramba or Shark to help you out, that's great. If not, give your floors a quick vacuum daily and especially before showings. E-cloth is great because you will be doing a lot of cleaning. They have a lot of different products for practically every surface, and you can buy the items separate, or they do offer bundles. They have one for the kitchen and one for the bathroom and so on. Step 4, Kelvin. Kelvin is the measure of temperature. 1 Kelvin is equal to or equivalent to 1 degree Celsius. In lighting, Kelvin is the scale that is related to the color of temperature in the lumen. The temperature of specific lamps or bulbs are expressed in kelvins. You will find these on your bulb with the symbol K. Cool color lighting, which is bluish, is around 5,000 K. Warm color lighting, which is yellowish, is around 2,700 to 3,000 Kelvin. With that being said, the color of your lighting will also affect the colors within your space. If you have the orangey oak cabinets and floors, then a light that casts a yellowish temperature color will also intensify that orange undertone. If you want to downplay the yellowish undertones, then choose a more neutral color, which would be around 4,000 to 4,800 Ks, or a cool daylight bulb, which is 5,000 Kelvin. If you have true blues in your room and you use a more warm Kelvin, such as the 2,700 to 3,000 K, it's going to cause your blues to look more green. For this reason, I tend to use the daylight bulbs, which is around the 5,000 Kelvin, and then I open the window blinds to bring in the warmth from natural light. This tends to balance everything out. Natural lighting. If you can open the drapes or blinds and allow the natural light in, this is a great strategy. It will also make your space seem larger because your eyes can follow the extended sight line beyond the boundaries of the room. LED bulbs are a great option because they are energy saving and they come in a range of kelvins. They also come in a range of sizes and shapes, so you will find them for your recessed lighting, your chandeliers, fans, and regular lamps. They also come in dimmable. It's also helpful to have a compass so that you can tell which way the window is facing if you're not sure, because this will kind of guide you on what Kelvin of bulb to put in that room. So if it was a north-facing window, perhaps you would want a more neutral or a warmer tone bulb. If your kitchen does not offer under cabinet lighting, you can get units that you can install that's very easy to install with just a couple of screws, and then it attaches with a magnetic strip. Step 5, stage and style. Assess what is and is not working within the space. Add, remove, or rework furnishing and features to optimize the space. Keep in mind the goal is not to create a sparse and sterile space that leaves the potential buyer cold and disconnected. The goal is to create an emotional connection between the potential buyer and the property. In this step, you will also want to set the table and the breakfast bar, add a centerpiece. Also add decorative hand towels to the kitchen and baths. The goal is to create a collection of moments, of emotional connections between the buyer and property. This is accomplished by creating a space that the buyer can imagine themselves living in and also having the life that they dream of having. They imagine that they too can live this lifestyle if they purchase the home. Do not overpower your home with candles and air fresheners. This can be a big turnoff for some people, and also some people will have an adverse reaction such as headaches and allergy. If you have an audio system or even Alexa echoes, you can turn on some soft background music. Just make sure that it's instrumental and that it's kept low. You don't want anything that is going to distract. You want something that's going to help create the mood. You want it to be soft so that the buyer feels comfortable and not rushed to leave the property. If your furnishings are not quite what you would like for them to be, you can always use slip covers such as SureFit to give them an updated look. If you have enjoyed this video so far, it would mean so much to me if you would consider subscribing and becoming part of our new community of powerful people. Not only will it help the channel grow, but it will also help us to reach more people and empower them to design their life. Step 6, exteriors. Remember that staging is not only for interiors. Be aware that it takes more than pretty decor to sell a property. Curb appeal is a major point in selling successfully. Remember, if you can't get the buyer excited enough to set an appointment, they will not care how pretty the inside is. Set the stage with an eye-catching landscape that draws the potential buyer's attention and makes them want to take the next step. Keep your property free of debris, freshly cut and trimmed. Pressure wash your home, driveway, and walkways. Update your mailbox and surroundings and add decorative plants at the base. Decorate the porch and patio appropriately for your home style. The goal is you want to set up the potential buyer both mentally and emotionally with the idea that they can improve on an already great property and not be turned off by what they would perceive to be wrong with it. Let me know if you would like a more complete video on staging the exterior. You can leave it in the comments below. If you've decided that selling is your end goal, either now or later, start the research process now. Go ahead and hire a designer to help you create a design or staging plan that meets your needs. This will save you the stress and time of trying to figure out what you will need to do. If you delay and cut the timeline too short, this will just cause extra cost and frustration. Always allow contingency in your timeline for unexpected delays. It is better to finish with time to spare than it is to delay and become so overwhelmed you can't appreciate the work you've done. It is best to go ahead and contact your designer and realtor as soon as you've decided to put your property on the market. They will be able to give you information to lead you in the direction you need to go. Make it easy for agents to show your home. It does not serve you well to make it difficult for agents to set an appointment to show your property. I understand that it can be inconvenient, but it will always be an inconvenience to have people coming through your home. But the sooner your home is sold, the sooner you can get back to normal life. Word travels fast, so be accommodating as best as you can. Are you currently selling your home? What is your routine to keep it in order while it's on the market? Leave your comments below. If you have enjoyed this video, be sure and watch the playlist. I'll leave it linked above and down below in the description. There's only a few, so if you'd like to lend your support and watch them all, I've made it easy for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Following these 6 steps will ensure your property totally sucks. That's wrong. We got to say home or property because we got to make it more difficult. Grid paper is always handy when you're drawing out your floor plan because usually they have the grid on there. Following these 6 steps will ensure that your home or property totally sucks, increasing your chances of selling in less time for more money with the least amount of convenience.